Well, welcome back, everybody. On behalf of CueSports International and Bad Boys Billiard Productions, this is the 2014 U.S. Bar Table Championship 8-ball division. And here we go. One lost side action here. Someone's going home. Carlo Biado and Eagle Eye, Jayson Shaw. We got to come up with a nickname for Carlo. Carlo wins the lag. 1 race to 5. We'll have one more match at 5:30 in 8-ball for you. Don't know yet if it's winners or losers or the players. We'll probably know that before we get to the end of this or shortly thereafter, but that'll be the last 8-ball match for the day. Then we're going to go to 9-ball at 7 o'clock is the semifinal between Skylar Woodward and Torsten Holman. Possibly that may shift a few minutes either way just based on the player availability from their 5:30 8-ball match, but nevertheless that's the schedule. 7 p.m. will be a semifinal, and then at 8:30 will be the 9-ball championship match, SVB waiting for the winner of the semi. So here we go, Carlo, rack number 1. 9 in the side, great cue ball. This looks really nice for the solids, but does he have an opening shot on the solids? Can he get the 7 past the ball up there in the left corner? I think that's the 15. Could probably make it in off the rail, although it's a little kind of a backwards angle. Don't know if he can hit the deuce. I don't think he can. But obviously the 10-11 here in the lower left part of your screen would be why you would not want to take the stripes. But there is a way to open them up right here off this 14 in the side. Just going to have to be a little bit careful after contact here. And that's what he's looking at. He could even do it off the 12. Wants to clip the 11 and come inside. Oh, that's fine. Well, where's the 10 going? Ooh. He solved one problem and created another one. Although he might be able to get that 13 down there. I don't know if he can put enough right on this to go into those. Yeah, he tried to. Just needs a little tap, and he got it. Nice job, Carlo. And now it looks pretty good. I might just bring this out a bit and then take the hanger and then take the 13 to get to the 8. Might go to the 12 next. Remember, he doesn't have the right corner pocket for the 8. And this is pretty nice here. Just needs to get on the right side of the last stripe. I'd say he wants to draw this to probably the head string. Maybe a little short there. But he's just probably going to have to, yeah, he wanted more so he could follow it to the rail. He's going to do that, but he's going to be a little further away from the 8 than he wants to. Should be no risk of the scratch here unless something really funny happens. And he's jacked up just a touch too. Stay down. Nice going. First rack, Carlo Biado. Jayson, next party. sure Carlo wants to perform a little better now than he did the last time he played on TV here at 11:30 versus Joey Gray. He did not play a good match at all, made several unforced errors. But these are a couple of the future stars of our game here. I think Carlo's already established a name for himself. And Jayson is well on his way, too, to becoming someone that no one's going to look forward to facing for the next 20 or 30 years. See Jayson's cue there. It's a beautiful Lucasi hybrid cue. Carlo plays with a Davini. And I'm sorry to tell you, I did not get an opportunity to go take a check on the payouts for the 8-ball division. But right now, that's not what's important. You just keep winning, and we'll pay you eventually. I got another one. A little bit of crease in that magic rack, so I gave Jayson a new one. They tend to do that after a while, just from the repeated pounding from the break. Well, we still got a full house in the background. As you can see, all 40 tables still well in progress here. We're less than, well, we're just about 24 hours now into the 8-ball division. And started with 221 players. So I'm going to guess we're roughly half the field. Jayson has one shot and one shot only, and that's on the 2-ball. But there's really nothing wrong with the solids. It's just the 5-ball probably may have to be played in the side if there's enough room, and he's also looking at it up here in the lower right. Nice, nice, he killed it, nice. Does look like the 5 comes down here, and he might probably take the 1 next. And just the Z shot here, over and back, about to where he's standing for the 4. It's got to slow down. Well, he'll have the 6. It's okay, except though he's got a little steeper angle than he wanted. There is a 3-rail path here. He may actually have to do that, or he's going to have a thin cut on the 4, and he doesn't want a thin cut on the 4. But I do think he can go 3 rails around the ball that's down there on the foot spot, on the head spot. That's what he's looking at. No danger of scratching with the 12 in front of the pocket. I kind of like the 3 rails here, but he's going to kill it with inside. And he did pretty well with that. Now he can control the cue ball. It probably won't go much past the side pocket. Well, went a little further, but distance isn't an issue for this guy. Swish. Good job by both players so far. They're both batting 1,000. Now it's Carlo's turn. You can see how your favorite players are doing. If you'd like to go to check the online brackets at ctsondemand.com. See where everybody's standing and where they may go. So here we go, rack 3. Crunched them. 5 ball down. Probably got to go stripes here because he doesn't have a good opening solid, but he's got the 11 right in front of him there. All the stripes have pockets. The 1-6 is right where he put that piece of chalk. That's pretty lined up, I mean, but he has no solid to shoot. And this is the correct group. Killed it nice. $15 in the side, then the 10, the 14. Work your way down here. Or you can do this, take these 3 and go down there and take the 10 and the 14 as his last 2 before the 8. That also opens up the corner pocket here for the 8. And it'll make the rack play a lot easier. Just has to decide if he wants to go 9-12 or 12-9 next. And I think he will probably shoot the 9 and stop. Now you got to be a little careful because the 4 is right in the path that he'd like to take. Might be able to come back. I don't know which way he's going here to get to the 10. He was able to do that, and this is perfect. It's a run out 8 ball, and that's what you got to do at this level. And of course, both of these guys possess tremendous breaks. So as long as the balls don't all congest, chances are we're going to see break and runs here throughout most of this match. No wrap on that cue either that Jayson has. Strictly a matter of personal preference on wrap or wrapless. Most of us older guys grew up with Irish linen wraps and continue to do so and play with them. But a lot of it is just how you feel and what you feel. Also notice Jayson's not wearing his glove. He does play with it quite frequently, but it's pretty dry in here. So it's actually comfortable in the room today. It's been a little on the cool side the last few days in this room, but it's much better today, and probably doesn't feel like he needs it. Didn't hear nothing yet. Yeah, the 5 just dropped. He was walking to his chair. All right. Well, the 8's the problem. And the 9, it does not look like it squeezes by that 7 ball there. I think he's going to go solids. He's going to have to open up the 8 here, and he did that nicely. Just enough to push the stripe out of the way, make sure he didn't let the 8 leak forward too far where the 12 would block it. This is the difficult shot right here, is just not to run into anything and make a mess of something. And he should have the 4 ball. Excellent pattern here by Jayson, and a very good opening shot to dislodge the 8 ball. Just stick it there for the 1 in the side. Straight in on the 3 in the lower left corner. Stop, and 8 in the same pocket. That's some nice work. Perfect 8 ball so far by both players. Fifth rack. Watch it. Oh boy. That could cost him the match. 1 scratch. I mean, that's the level we're at here. 1 mistake can cost you the match, can cost you the tournament. And of course, this is a 1-loss side match, so both players are facing elimination. So Carlo's going to hope that Jayson returns the favor at some point in the next couple of games. Not sure there's any real advantage to either group here. I personally would, well, the 6 ball is the difficult ball. If he starts with the 3, at the 7 and the 3, this corner opens up. But there's nothing wrong with the stripes, other than the fact that the 9 will need something cleared, so it'll have a pocket as well. Yeah, that's real smart right here by Mr. Shaw. He found the 1 pocket to put the single ball that gave him the most difficulty. He just got to be careful when he gets to the 5 that he has the angle, that he doesn't bump into the stripe, and he took care to do that. So it looks like here it's going to be 7-3-2-8. Uh-oh, where are you going, Jayson? Where are you going? That's really, really kind of, well, it's frankly, it's dumb that what he did there. He completely took it for granted. He didn't even think that something like that could happen. And, you know, he's probably going to make the 7 with the jump cue and be able to stay there possibly for the 3, if not the 2 on the side. But that's just a complete mental breakdown to not see that possibility, especially with ball in hand, and he picked the right shot to start with. And following a scratch on the break by Carlo and the ball in hand, he certainly didn't want to have to go get his jump cue. Still needs to take some care. He's not exactly straight. He can make this and still let the cue ball get away from him a little bit. All right. Now the 2 doesn't pass the 8, so he may need to go into the 10 with the cue ball here, so he'll have a shot at the 2 in the side or in the corner. He could shoot the 2 in the side and come around the 8, but it's a little steep, so I think he's got to shoot the 3 and try to hit the 10. And he's going to have to kind of load it up a little bit here. Perfect. Recovery power. I think he maybe just wanted to put a little drama into the game, and he certainly did that. So Carlo's scratch on the break so far, well, has cost him 1 game. And if Jayson can break and run here and get to the hill, he'll have an opportunity to break for the match at least 1 time. Well, the cue ball was bouncing last time. Let's see if he can keep it from doing so. Maybe just take just a touch off. No, it still bounced. But good results. And the 2 wiggled up there into a little bit of a funny position. But he's going to start, I think, with the 4 ball. The 2 goes in the lower right. It's going to be a question of how do I get to the 2 ball. Probably going to need to use the 7 to do that. 7 to the 5 to the 2 in the side. After he plays the 3-4-1. He didn't want to make the 1 either, because the 1 was going to get him to the 7. Now he's got a little tougher path to get to the 7. Well, okay, that'll work. He'll go to the 2 next. Oh, jacked up. I guess this is not that difficult. Ooh. Commentator's curse. I haven't pulled that out of my bag for a couple of days. I guess I had to use it one more time, and I'm sorry, Jayson. I really thought he would shoot the 2 and stop, because then he would have had a natural angle to just pocket the 7 and roll straight across the table for the 8. But this is what Carlo needed. Take a look at the 10. Hang on, boy. Well, he got back the one he let get away with the scratch on the break. And now he has the advantage because he won the lag. I've talked to a lot of the players this week, and most of them would like to see the 8-ball race go to 7, and I'm sure most of you would too. It's really just a function of time. With so much to get done here, even in the 7 days we have to do it. It would really make us have to play way late into the evenings, and it's just not fair. It's not enjoyable playing at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and maybe having to come back at 10 a.m. because you don't get to perform at your peak. You've got to have your rest to stay at least mentally focused. But maybe the tournament organizers will consider maybe starting a day earlier and maybe doing something about that. Well, an unusual dry break. Have to dislodge the 4-ball, and it's not going to be tough to do. He's got the 2 in the side to do it with, or he's got the 6 to do it with. But once again, he's kind of got himself on the 50-yard line where he can't do either just yet. He's going to have to shoot the 5-ball. Would have preferred to leave the 5 as the insurance ball after running into the 4. He's going to have to change his plan now. Right now, he'll go into it off the 6. Doesn't want that to block the pocket. He's made more work for himself now. Shoot the 4 if he can see it. Okay, it's going to be all right now. Carlo pays for his dry break, and Jayson is breaking for the match. Less than 30 minutes already in 7 games. One mistake by Carlo, scratch on the break. Well, job number 1 here for Jayson is to control the cue ball. That's more important than anything. He can't win if he doesn't control the cue ball here. That 10's going to come and maybe get out of the way of the 9 ball. Now, it doesn't matter if he grazes the 5 if he plays the 9, because all object balls are legal until the groups are established. I get Jayson. Go. All right? Yeah. Okay. You can see the 14 and 4 are tied up down there. If he takes the solids, he's got to shoot that now. And it looks like the 3-5 is pretty well lined up in the lower left pocket. He's going to shoot the 3-5 now. Kind of not sure why he would. Because the 3 is likely to not be exposed. He has called the 5. I'm just worried about the 3 hitting the 9 and going near the 10. Assuming he was going to make the 5. Now this isn't all that bad for Carlo because he can shoot one of those stripes into the 5 to make the 10 ball. He's going to probably have to start with the 14. Or possibly, well, he could shoot the 12, but I think he's going to start with the 14 in the upper left. The 15 ball on the left rail will get him down here to the 9 where he can play the 9-5-10. Probably just take the 11 out of the way now while he's there. Could even go to the 12 to get across, or just stop there, shoot the 13. The only reason I don't like the stripe 5-10 is the 5 isn't going anywhere, and it's going to continue to block the pocket. So I'm just wondering if he may try to slide down here where he can play one of these stripes in the same pocket and draw the cue ball into the 5, actually making the 10 ball. A lot of different ways to go about this. Don't think he's going to wind up playing the 3-ball combination, like I said, just because I don't know that the 5's going to be able to get out of the way of the first stripe. All right, this is the key shot of the game. Well done. Well done. If it went in, he was right there for the last ball. Now he's going to force a hill game. I'm still a little bit perplexed why Jayson shot the combination when he shot it. I thought he would want to be a lot closer to it, where he could control the 3-ball a lot better. So one game, this is truly sudden death. The loser is done. One rack. And just as we said for Jayson last rack, Carlo's first priority right now is to make sure he does control the cue ball. He cannot scratch on the break. We got some. Thanks. No, we have pizza. Thank you, Charlie. So far, so good. Boy. He wants to shoot the solids because of the 11 ball. You can see it tied up with the 7 on the left-hand rail. He may have the 1 on the side, or he certainly has the 2. But what do you have after the 2 if you shoot solids? And if you shoot stripes, how are you going to open the 11? Probably off the 10. A lot of this always depends on what you have to shoot to begin the rack, and I think the 1 ball is the choice. He's giving it a very careful look. It must be frozen onto the 3 or maybe slightly behind the 3. He's made up his mind. All right, now I think he can shoot the 7 ball. And if he hits it, he's got to hit it firm enough so the 11 doesn't come up and block the pocket for the 5. unless he wants to just hit it real soft and play the 5 in the side where he's standing, and that's nothing wrong with that either. See, he didn't get the 11 ball out far enough. Now the 5 doesn't go in that pocket. It goes in the other corner and goes in the side, but it's going to be tough to get on. Yeah, that's where he wanted to be, but he hit it too firm. He doesn't like anything here. Wonder if he's going to shoot the 3 and try to come back about where he is for the 5 in the other pocket and have the 6 as insurance. He did it. Did he get there? Ooh, another half a roll. I think he's going to be okay, though. I think he can pinch this, but he's got to keep the angle on the 6. He can't be straight on the 6. Draw it out about a foot off the rail. That's not enough. He's going to have to pound the 6 ball. He knows it too. The shot isn't difficult. It's the speed of the shot that makes it hard. He's really got to hit this firm with center ball. Good stroke, Carlo. That was as good as he could hit that ball. Went nice and clean. He's just a little impeded by the 9 here. More visual than anything else. Smart shot there, and Jayson says that's good. And Jayson Shaw kind of really gave that one away. He had the advantage, got himself in trouble there, and he paid for it. So Carlo moves on, Jayson moves out, and our next match is going to be in 45 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Players to be determined.